Hey, what's up? On the last few days, we have been blessed, absolutely blessed, by three, three new chapters of the One Punch Man webcomic. Do you remember that we would have years and years and years without any updates whatsoever to the webcomic, thinking that perhaps it had just been abandoned and the remake was all that we were getting? And now, within like the span of a day, three new chapters? I'm pretty excited. We're gonna jump right into it. Last thing we saw was uh, Saitama fighting with um, Lightspeed Flash. Lightspeed Flash saying the condition was that Saitama just had to touch him once for him to acknowledge Saitama as a genius, as someone worthy of the reputation that he's starting to build. But right at the end, Genos appearing. Three monsters of threat level demon showed up simultaneously. Several heroes have already been injured. Close to the scene, it should be faster for us to go and deal with the situation. Saitama says, okay, let's go. Lightspeed Flash. In the end, you didn't land a hit on me. How unfortunate. I can give you another chance. Still playing tag for a couple minutes since we started, right? I'm still winning and losing. I have won. Now on, I will instruct you as a disciple. Better prepare yourself. He's like, I don't know, he thinks he's in a different manga. He thinks he's the protagonist. When you pose like that, when you push your cape behind you and proclaim someone to be your disciple, you definitely think you're the protagonist of the manga that you're in. Saitama doesn't act like that because he doesn't really fully understand that he's the protagonist of One Punch Man. You'll only be taught by someone weaker than you are. Saitama is your master. That makes me your grandmaster. Don't talk like that. Saitama doesn't care. First, we get rid of the monsters. If you don't like, I can fight against you next time. Just don't get in the way of my hero activities. Thinks the man's name is For Show. He still can't remember Lightspeed Flash's extremely stupid name. Alright, so they're heading to fight against the monsters. These are some pretty great looking monsters. They look like they're in some sort of troupe of businessmen who have Titanified, perhaps. Maybe this is some sort of spin-off crossover type thing. Kurin Kuku. Kuriniku. Oh, cleaning. Cleaning. Alright, sure. We've seen these heroes that are facing off against them before. Heavy Kong was fighting Martial Gorilla way back in the Monster Invasion part of the Monster Association arc. Iron Bone also showed up there. He's the one that wants to drink all the milk, right? To give himself strength. He was fighting against the octopus. Peach Terry, I feel like we've seen before. He's like a Momotaro character, I think. I don't know. Maybe we haven't seen him. But at any rate, this is a little squad of heroes. And as always, you can tell that one puts a lot of love into these sorts of scenes, that even though these characters are never really going to be substantial, they're never really going to have an arc about them or anything like that, that their characterization is consistent and that we learn a little bit about them each time that they show up in situations like this. Back then, I really wanted to kill the bastard who wrote me confirmed retard. Thoughts like that gave us strength. So these guys are internet surfers. We are the ones who turned into monsters as a result of being bullied on bulletin boards. The internet surfers are going to extinguish humanity, which is rotten to its core. Beautiful. It's really nicely in line with a lot of other things in this series. Just kind of downtrodden semi-subclasses of people that exist in the real world that one has probably some sort of particular relationship with or fascination with. That he has decided to represent in a way that is in some ways sympathetic. You know, the idea that they find humanity rotten to the core, that their time being bullied online has made them totally misanthropic, and makes them want to lash out. There's a bit of empathy there, but then there's also a continued ridicule. Can't stop them by themselves. So evacuation status probably incomplete. You over there, run away as fast as you can. These guys attack everyone indiscriminately. Mysterious hooded figure approaching. Who could it be? Kicks away the heroes. We see his face here. Who could it be? That's not Garo. I don't think. The bags under the eyes. Brad, what the hell have you been looking at? Are you thinking we wouldn't attack you, you little net brain? Are these like all like 2chan slang that I don't know? It make you realize that this despair isn't something you could safely observe from afar. Yeah, all these quoted words or whatever, I feel like are net slang type things. I also like their old-fashioned antenna horns. And that to me speaks to this kind of early kind of Denpa internet insanity before the internet kind of went mainstream and was only really the territory of the degenerate. I don't have any business with you. I'm waiting for a certain hero, that's all. Don't mind me. You guys go nuts. Our antennae can intercept the signals you're sending out, and that pisses us off. Kill them. Okay. So they're still paranoid. They're still kind of in this victimization complex of being trolled on the internet. It's like, again, it's like a little bit more characterization, but it's clear to me now that these monsters aren't really of consequence, that this whole monster situation really isn't of consequence. It's all just to have Saitama or perhaps Genos meet with this mysterious figure. Give it up, it's useless. You guys are too slow. It's not Sonic, but are they waiting for Lightspeed Flash? Could it be they want to flash up against the flashiest? You guys are too slow. Is he here? So I kind of like this idea that this person knows, for whatever reason, the Lightspeed Flash is in the area. He's actually waiting on Lightspeed Flash to show up. When Lightspeed Flash does show up, he's completely distracted by trying to recruit Saitama as a disciple, arguing with Genos about the actual tiering of their power, and so on and so forth, and couldn't give two craps about whatever this mysterious hoodied man is. Ah, is that who you're after? Doesn't matter how many heroes there are, it won't make any difference. Oh, it is Sonic. Okay, I thought his hair was blonde. His hair looks blonde in this, but I guess it's just because it's shown against the black of the hood. Alright, so it's our boy Sonic. Ooh, we haven't seen him in a while. Watching that bowering battle worth it. Ooh! But of course, they know each other. And this is kind of interesting, because this is something that I think was only established in the remake, explicitly. Because there were those additional characters of the other ninjas. Right? They weren't in the webcomic, were they? That meet, yeah, because they meet with Sonic because they're trying to get him to monsterify and join the Monster Association. They give him monster cells. Sonic cooks them and eats them. None of this stuff happens in the original, I'm pretty sure. But now it's like this detail that was added in the remake has propagated back to the original and retains its canonical status. That these guys are from the same ninja village, that they knew each other back then, that they hate each other now. Are you with him? It's you. You know this, sorry ninja. He's looking at you, Flashy Flash. I know his name is Flashy Flash, but the first translations I saw said Lightspeed Flash, and I think that's a lot funnier. Because it's like a little more subtle. Because you have to think about how a flash, by definition, is at the speed of light, making its name redundant. Just like Speedo Sound Sonic. That Sonic does mean the speed of sound. So it's like stupidly redundant. But at first it kind of sounds real. So I still prefer Lightspeed Flash. Absence of mind creates openings. Deal with the monsters later. Lower your cannon. No need to recklessly destroy public property. So Genos, not really one to take orders like this. Arguing back. Will not forgive you. Step aside, Klingon. Saitama, really good here, remembering the report. Knowing that the 3 monsters are the actual subject of the report. Genos more just focused on, like, making insults and stuff. Saitama, don't tell me you're trying to fight me one-on-one. So everybody wants to fight. Basically, everyone here wants to fight everyone else here, except for Saitama, who is just kind of content on taking on the monsters. But I think literally everyone else, except for, I guess, Genos not wanting to fight Saitama, literally everyone else wants to fight everyone else here. Become even stronger and faster in a short amount of time. Yeah, did you just start a conversation when we're standing in the middle? The 3 of us combined qualify as disaster level demon. Well, that's disappointing. At first, Genos thought that each one of them was demon. He said 3 monsters of strength demon have appeared. And I think that got Saitama excited. But now he's like, meh. These poor guys. This is probably the exact sort of stigma they got on the internet. People just talking over them. People ignoring them. People not accepting their hot takes. Just dismissing them and bullying them. Alright. Our 3 speedy heroes dissolve into afterimage. Genos exploding one head off and carrying it away. Lightspeed flash with 2 quick punches, snapping the necks of 2 of the other internet trolls. That's what I call it. Insta-kill. I love this sword is called insta-kill. I already talked about it a lot. And Saitama, who knocked Sonic. So I guess Sonic just immediately attacked Saitama. And Saitama now has pummeled him, as he is wont to do, into a silhouette into the ground. Very Looney Tunes-esque. I love it. I love that, like, the shots of the other heroes have some kind of, like, realism to them, or at least it's supposed to be kind of a surpassing of realism, a realistic depiction that just emphasizes how strong they are. You know, Genos, the weapon, the gore around the neck, the framing of it feels like very real and cinematic. Same with Lightspeed Flash, you know, quickly knocking out with 2 quick kicks, I guess. Or actually, it looks like a whole ton of kicks to the side of these guys' heads. And then we go to Saitama, it's just some Looney Tunes shit. Like, it's just incomparable. I think you attack Saitama instead of me. Seems your fate are connected somehow. Right? Stick on me 3 or 4 times. There have been at least 6 occurrences. I like that Saitama doesn't know, which kind of reflects the fact that in the reader's mind they're probably blurring together a bit. Genos knows of at least 6, and then we cut to Sonic himself, who's like, today was my 14th defeat. My combat ability should have improved, but I just can't see the light of the tunnel. Speaking of, what's Saitama doing with our boy, the Flashy Flash? So I think, of course, he's going to make himself too important again in the life of Saitama. He's going to assume, oh, he must be researching my origins, he must be learning about the ninja village that I'm from. Maybe he's going to launch some sort of total ninja takedown program where he's going to track down all of the other, because he sees me as such a threat that he needs to blah, 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 blah. And I guess he kind of is. Are you a friend of Sonic's? My training years he was what? Saitama actually remembered his name. Could it be he's more dangerous than I thought he was? I mean, Saitama forgot Sonic's name quite a few times too, I'm pretty sure. It's just that it's been 14 times now. And even if Saitama doesn't have the memory to, like, put together all those 14 times, something eventually drilled into his skull. I like Genos here being a little sympathetic. Because, of course, Genos, back down in the power level of mortals, really does recognize how strong Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic really are. even if he's unwilling to actually admit it to their faces. It's a bit long, but it looks like it's necessary for me to explain our relationship. It's too long and just forget about it. Huh. So are we actually going to see in these next chapters a flashback to the Ninja Village? Is this something that in the remake one introduced and then later thought like, oh no, this is actually like a really cool little bit of lore I've introduced. I can't leave it just for the webcomic. We should actually, like, or just for the remake, we should explore this in full. Like, we should have an arc about this, perhaps. Okay, I'm excited. This is yet another thing going on. There's just so many plot lines simultaneously. There's the whole saving of What's-Her-Face from the jail, of Psychos from the jail, and the ramifications of that. Saitama's standing in the Hero Association as so many other S-Class heroes begin to take notice of his monstrous strength. There are the literal monsters that Saitama has moving in to his neighbor's house. Rover the downsized dog and Black Sperm slowly reaccumulating. Then, of course, there's the massive split in the Hero Association with the Neo Heroes organization rearing up and taking a lot of talent, leading to perhaps some sort of civil war. There's the whole King wants to get stronger arc, and the various mysteries he had inadvertently stumbled upon, like what's up with that guy underneath the waterfall? Is that Blast? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on, and now in the middle of that, it seems like we might be delving. It's like we've been skimming the surface of all these different subject matters, but now it seems like we may have settled on a fairly major plot point. What is up with the Ninja Village from which Flash and Sonic come? All right, we will find out immediately because there's more chapters. So please come back tomorrow and we'll read even more. Okay, bye-bye.